What's going on, guys? Bexio, and today we got a brand new video on Bitcoin and the best thing that could have happened to Bitcoin in a while, and that is, you can see this is the S&P 500 for the week. So a week's worth of trading, and completely red, devastated. I mean, these giant companies being down 6%, 5, 4. I mean, these companies being down that much is ridiculous. The whole thing having trouble. And when you look at Bitcoin, it's doing absolutely just fine, not following the stock market, which is perfect. I mean, you can see the week. This was about this time period to be from about this where right here to where we are now. The stock market, the S&P 500 is down, is negative, and Bitcoin had a nice pump, continuing to have a nice pump, breaking out into a zone right now. Actually, I just seeing this into our top zone here, where 53 will probably be the next big thing, and then just free fly until $60,000. But breaking away from this S&P 500, the stock market, like being correlated with that, this is exactly what Bitcoin is supposed to be, and will introduce or bring a lot more people back into Bitcoin, where investors who want to diversify and protect their portfolio and stuff, Bitcoin's proving to be a good thing to do that. The S&P 500, this is the S&P right here. I mean, you can see like this is obviously a downtrend, and you go to Bitcoin, and we're seeing it kind of curl back up into an uptrend. So doing the opposite, which is what you want. So this could attract more people into Bitcoin, bring more money in, obviously bring the price up and all of that stuff. So it's all in all a good thing for Bitcoin to be decoupling from the stock market, as well as bring in more people who want to diversify and protect their portfolios. Bitcoin might be, part of that rule of how to actually build a portfolio. But from these prices right now, I mean, between this strong zone of 47, 49, where we've spent quite a lot of time, blasted right through it, didn't even think about it, blasted through this, right now just above this next line. So I mean, the previous like high here was this 53,000. So getting to that is going to be huge. And then it's just free territory all the way back up to $60,000. And I mean, we are in Shocktober, so that is completely possible to happen. And honestly, people might be shocked at what Bitcoin moves. A lot of people during this, bears came out, they loved it. They're able to just try and say bearish stuff. Bitcoin didn't care, exploded up. Bears are in hibernation again. All of a sudden, they're not talking anymore. But in news for Bitcoin, the fifth largest bank in the U.S. is launching Bitcoin custody. So institutions are racing to cater to crypto demand. Clients want access to Bitcoin and crypto, and obviously, if you can have clients demanding that, you can make money off of that. They're going to implement Bitcoin stuff. So right now, the fifth largest bank in the nation announced that it's going to set up cryptocurrency custody service for fund managers that'll bring more people in, more money in, and the offering will help investment managers store private keys for Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin, and with the help of the NYDIG, who has been custodying these things for a little bit now. So it's going to be a great move for everything. A lot of people in Bitcoin don't understand like why institutions wouldn't just buy Bitcoin, and the reason is storing and doing all that stuff and dealing with that. They just don't want that hassle. So banks starting to offer this. Once an ETF launches, that'll be a huge move, and that's actually in the bottom of this article. You can talk. We have a lot of funds who are hoping to invest in ETFs. Some literally want custody contracts signed the day the SEC approves an ETF. So there's a lot of people, a lot of money, and institutions waiting on the sideline for this ETF to be approved, because that's just easier for somebody to get into. Someone who's just thinking about investing and money and not like what Bitcoin is and how it works and all that. They just want an ETF. They just want to be able to throw money in, take money out at a will, not have to worry about custodying anything or losing private keys and losing the money, doing all that stuff. So that's where this ETF is going to be huge for Bitcoin. A lot of people know that. This month, we're supposed to have an announcement on the VanEck ETF. I think that might have gotten pushed back, but at least on a futures-based one, we should have an announcement whether or not it's approved or denied. The spot-based ETF is what we're all actually waiting for. And talking about institutions, public companies now hold over 200,000 Bitcoin on their balance sheet. They actually hold 202,000, over 202,000 Bitcoin. You can see this line is, well, you can't see that line. This line is the amount of held by public corporate treasuries, and you can see it just spiking here or moving up and then just vertical from here. About 2021, just moving absolutely vertical. People and companies diving into Bitcoin, putting it on their balance sheet, led by obviously MicroStrategies and Michael Saylor. He was the first one to do it, the biggest one to do it. Then Tesla. We have giant companies coming in. A lot to be excited about, and seeing these guys come in, they're coming in without an ETF. So imagine the ETF and power that that can bring when custody isn't going to be a worry for any of these companies. And obviously we can look at the Bitcoin hash rate here, still recovering, and a massive jump. I don't know if the jump happened before or after like this big rise in price. I would assume before, but I wasn't actually looking at this all the way up to here. But you see we had a little bit of dips and struggles here, just like the Bitcoin price, and then rallied up. Right now we're looking at like reclaiming this about 150 before this massive drop, and we're at 146. So getting to 150 will be big, and then obviously new all-time highs from there, which could correlate very easily to new all-time highs for the price. This is fundamental stuff of Bitcoin. This isn't things you can just look at the chart for. And when you look at bears, they never bring up the hash rate, mining, adoption, countries getting into it, on-chain analysis. It's always only looking at the chart, which short term, who cares, honestly? But long term, Bitcoin's shown that it's going to happen, and this recovery taking place, being more decentralized than ever after being kicked out from China. And it's just all in all a great thing for Bitcoin long term. And looking at the margin data here, the longs and shorts all working in tandem, doing great. The longs down quite a bit, but down by 10,000 the last time we looked at it. It was about 43 down to 33. That's actually a good thing because the longs here are subject to, when this dips in price, being liquidated and being something to make the price tumble even more. So we see longs going down, shorts going down as well. Either less confidence or more liquidations in shorts in the market, and longs being, profit taking, probably sold off in that manner. But it's great to see the longs fall off a cliff. That's not a bad thing. You see from, what is this, 38,000, 39,000 down to where we are now, 33.8. So it is a good thing when that happens. It means this price could dip back to 49, and instead of falling because of liquidations to like 48, 47, and finding, changing market sentiment, doing all of that, it can dip to 49. People see it as a buying opportunity, buy it up, and then the price recovers very quickly instead of seeing liquidations and a massive drop in price. And the shorts as well, we see kind of trending down towards under 1,000. Actually just ticked up right there, but it is still on a downtrend from about 1,100 here, just trending down to where we are now at almost under 1,000. So maybe less confidence in the price of Bitcoin going down. So it's honestly, all in all, this is good for the price to be bullish and continue going up. So where we've been in a spot with the longs and shorts where it was kind of flip-floppy which way it could go, shorts were up and longs were up. But now we're seeing longs dip. That's good for the volatility to not cause liquidations, and the shorts dipping as well. Maybe the market's not as confident in shorting Bitcoin where it is right now. Then to wrap this up, we'll have Raoul Paul's tweet, him talking about Bitcoin and this breakout here, or this chart pattern, and talking about, doesn't know if it breaks on the first attempt or corrects again, but this is a great pattern. The on-chain analysis also suggests a breakout along with stock to flow. So you can see this is kind of zoomed up. This is the top going down to where we are here, and this would be a support line where we bounced off quite a bit here, rallied up, and now we got rejected the first time off this, and right now looking to break it. And if that breaks, it will be into an uptrend instead of that long-term downtrend, or even like shorter long-term downtrend. So it'll be a big bullish shift for Bitcoin. But all in all, for Bitcoin, it looks great. The price doing amazing, over 50K again. There were people saying that wouldn't happen. So we are seeing good movement, bullish sentiment taking over again. The charts looking great, fundamentals looking great, hash rate recovering, the longs and shorts looking great. So far everything looks great. So I don't see a reason to be bearish on Bitcoin right now. And the best thing that we could have seen Bitcoin do, it did do, where the stock market was severely weak and had a bad day yesterday, and Bitcoin had a good day and it was up in price actually. So it is good to see it not follow or be stuck to just the stock market. That's what we really want to see. But as always, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. See you guys in my next video.